Hey everybody, welcome back to Ancient Domains of Mystery. It has been a long time, guys. I think over a year. So, tell you the deal. Over the past year, I've actually started recording a couple series, and I've had what we'll call technical difficulties. So, like, I was recording the PC version of Final Fantasy IV. I got like 5 hours into the game, recorded an episode, and for some reason that game just decided to stop recording. Wouldn't work no matter what I did. No clue what happened, so that was 5 hours of my life. Tried to do a Gungeon series. For some reason, occasionally when I'd be playing Gungeon, the game would just start lagging to the point of being unplayable while I was recording it. I think some of that was my PC. I've actually gotten a new graphics card since then, so hopefully that helps. But, it's not been for lack of trying, guys. But in any case, the other factor I'll say is, so I've moved to an apartment here, a different place, and it's a little noisy in there. It's not ideal for recording, but I'm actually over at my parents' home right now. They have a sick cat. They're seniors. They have difficulty managing that on their own, so I'm taking advantage of this while I'm over here caring for this cat. I figured, hey, I'll shoot some video. I guess the final programming note here is where this idea come from. Why out of the blue is Firsteta suddenly recording video again? Got to give all the credit to Mr. Gordon Overkill over on his channel. I saw some phenomenal content coming in from Gordon, and I was like, man, I gotta play some ADOM. I gotta play some ADOM. So that's what we're doing. You will have to excuse me if I'm a little rusty. I may make some mistakes. I may not remember some stuff. I'm probably going to die by the end of this episode. But you know what? We're going to get some content recorded tonight. So let's give it a shot. Alright. Although I do have a game going right now, we're going to do a new game. Hard roguelike mode. You guys are going to have to forgive me. I'm not going to go full random here. Like I said, a little rusty. We're going to go with the classic. Frankly, embarrassingly, the one combination I've won with. A Ravenborn. Female. Gnomish. Druid. Points. And I'm actually doing some experimenting here. So let me show you what I'm doing. This is going to be kind of wild, guys. And excuse me if the audio levels and things like that aren't quite right, or if the video is a little off. I haven't done this in a while. My setup may be incorrect. Actually, I am going to tweak the game audio just a little bit here. Let me see if that works a little better for you guys. It may not. We'll find out in post-production. I'll say, so normally if I record a video and there's like something wrong with it, I scrap it and I re-record it. I'm not doing here. We are just going to get some content done today. If this video is a little rough, it's my first video in a while, we will improve. But let's look at ADOM stats. So, what we're going to do, I've reduced all these down. I'm going to go ahead and increase perception to 11. I'll leave mana down. I'm going to increase appearance to 11. I'm going to increase willpower to 11. And then we're going to max out learning. We're going to max out dexterity. We're going to max out toughness. Okay. Then we're going to leave charisma mend out. I'll raise strength up a little bit. And that's it. Okay, so let me talk about what I just did. And we may not have the magic equation on this yet. So, strength, to me, is the most easily trained stat in the game. Okay? So, I actually don't want to start with a whole bunch of points poured into it because it's easily trained. The issue is, what I found is if you go too low with your initial strength, your potential strength is abysmal. And so you can train it up real quick, but your carrying capacity is going to suck until you find some sources of potential strength. So we're going to try 6. 10 seems a little high. Okay. We're trying 6 in this case. Learning I'm maxing because it's pretty hard to train, and you get a lot of benefits from maxing out learning, as far as, especially as a caster, because you're getting additional spells. See, I'll show you a little info box over here. Learning scores describe how easily your character learns new things, how good the PC is at increasing skills, and how easily magic spells are learned. Your ability to read and write, no, that's not automatic, is also influenced by the score. As a caster, especially as a druid, we want to get as many castings as possible. So I'm going to max learning. Willpower, I put at 11, because especially when fighting Keithrax, if you don't have a decent willpower, he's going to wreck you. Okay, you have to be able to resist his spells. I set it to 11 instead of 10, because that way if we lose a point early on due to something random, like a stat drainer, we've still got adequate willpower. Dexterity and toughness I max because they're defensive stats. As a druid, we're very easy to kill. If we max those out, not so much anymore. Especially useful during the early game. Charisma, and this is a complaint of mine with ADOM, and I have very few complaints about ADOM, but this is a complaint. If you're playing a female, Charisma is a useless stat. It doesn't do anything. Charisma's primary use is if you are playing a male character, it influences shop prices. If you're playing a female character, you roll appearance instead of charisma. Appearance is also used for chaos resistance. One of the reasons to play a female character is you can just get rid of charisma altogether. Appearance, again, I raised it to 11. It will get stat drained. It won't go below 10. More important than shop prices is it gives you resistance to chaos. So we want to keep that above 10. Mana, I'm dropping all the way down to 7 because one that's the lowest Gnomish Druid can go. Also because for spellcaster, it's very easy to train mana. So you think spellcaster, you want high mana. In this case, not so much because we can train it. Perception, I really debate on not having that high of a perception. It's good to be able to see a larger area when you're in a dungeon casting ranged spells, but otherwise, I don't know. It's not the best stat. I mean, it also helps you with track detection with toughness and dexterity. That's not as big of a deal. I don't know. If you guys have feedback on any of this, please feel free to leave it down in the comments. But that's my stats. Playing around with that. Do not copy this. Do not cite me on this. I'm not an expert. So we're going to hit play. You're born to be a female gnome. You have brown hair, brown eyes, and a tan complexion. Your mother is a mighty enchantress. She is unmarried. Your father is living in the vicinity of your mother's tower. Scandalous. He is a humble shepherd. Oh my gosh. As a child, your parents cared a lot for you. Despite all circumstances, you enjoyed a happy and fine childhood. As a kid, you often watched the adult adventurers preparing for new and exciting journeys. They sparked your imagination. As a young adult, you tried many occupations before finally deciding on one to pursue. This has left you with a very broad base of lore. At the age of 120, you end your apprenticeship. You are now a fully learned druid. Why do I like druids? Early game, animals don't attack you. Very useful in the small cave. So we're going to take alert, because we can only take it at level 1. It's prerequisite for treasure hunter, which we want. We're going to take long stride, because it will let us outrun enemies a little more easily, and it also reduces our food consumption, because we're expending less energy to walk. As for the name of this character, I don't know. Let's go Firsteta, because it's the first character we've recorded in a while. Play. Your journey begins. For 6,000 years, the world of Uncardia has been a serene world, unmolested by the forces of chaos. But now, the sinister forces of evil and darkness have opened a gateway somewhere deep within the mountains of the Dracula chain. Terrors from unknown dimensions flood the world of Encardia and wreak havoc, spreading corruption even ever faster. Now it is up to you to explore the Dracula chain, meet its inhabitants, find the source of chaos and defeat it, or maybe even join forces with it to conquer the world. Okay guys, we're doing a pretty straightforward run through. We're not doing anything special. I'm not trying to do new content here. Although we might hit up the Woldy Dungeon, I am just trying to not die immediately. We're going to die, but hopefully not immediately. Let's go down. Let's eat some food. Let's look at our inventory. Got a potion of mana, potion of dexterity. Spellbook of Divine Wrath. 70 gold. Iron Ration. Let's see what we're equipped with. Not bad. Leather armor plus 2 PV. Hooded cloak plus 1 DV plus 2 PV. Club 1d6 plus 1. Bleh. And a wooden shield plus 3 DV plus 1 PV. Will work for us right now. We're going to go ahead and equip a torch because I find I've been using a lot of torches lately. Sure. Okay, we are going to read that spellbook because without our spells we are useless. F7 to go into coward mode. Exit. We're going to go in this cave over here. Depending on how many playthroughs you have, this is either a tutorial cave or just a normal dungeon. We're going to get our first kill in here, so we have a little more control over that. For the Courage quest, we're going to very deliberately not gain experience, though. Goblins are pretty common. You want this to be a common enemy. Let's train our spells a little bit. And now we're going to rename this character Death Gobby. That way we know that the first monster we killed was a goblin. Why are we doing that? For the Courage quest later, which requires us to kill a certain number of the first monster we killed. So now we know what that monster was. Let's scout just a little more. Be very cautious again not to gain experience. Another advantage of Druid is if we have an enemy that wants to fight, we can have them fight the back instead. That's friendliness. Hoping to find a little bit of money. Here's another goblin. Hopefully that rat will fight the goblin for us. Nope, rat does not seem interested. And I took a wrong turn. There's a mandolin. We're going to kite this goblin. Bye-bye. I'm going to drop anything here that we're worried about breaking in the early game. Of course, we don't have a blanket of, we don't have a waterproof blanket or fireproof blanket or any of that. So we're going to drop, actually I'll hold on to the potion of mana. We will drop the potion of dexterity, and we will bail. Alright. We're going to go to Outlaw Settlement. Why are we doing that? We're going to kite through it. Like this guy, we're going to run away from him. Make sure we want to get these guys to the other end of the level. This is why we have long stride kids right here. So we can outrun them, exit town, leave them over there, come back in. We don't want to kill them because one, we might not be able to. Well, with a spell, we probably could. More importantly, we're going to come in here because whatever potions he has and scrolls he has, if we see them on the floor, they're now ID'd for us. Awful Dagger of Hunting, we might want that later. So now, if we see a Potion of Boost, Potion of Carrot Juice, a Potion of Cure Poison, Scroll of Uncursing, Spellbook of Lesser, Spellbook of Lesser Divine Touch, those will be ID'd for us. The reason we put all the items in one corner is because the shopkeepers, their chance of restocking is based on the number of open tiles in their shop. We will go in here. Any items that might interest us in the future, we will set them aside. We're not going to buy from this guy because he is way overpriced, as he always is. You don't really need a plant seed. I don't know why, I always pick up plant seeds. You can give them to farmers, I think, you get a lawful boost, but yeah, it's not much. Okay, oh yes, I'm just going to sell the mandolin. He's not going to give us a lot of money for it, but we need a little extra cash right now. Okay. So now, we're going to go up here to this town. And we have a quest to talk to 3 important PCs. We are going to talk to the tiny girl. She gives us a quest that we are deliberately going to fail, but it does unlock a new dungeon for us. Why are we failing it? Because it's tough. But we do want the dungeon later. Since we're a druid, we're going to take the druid quest. If we were not a druid, we'd base that on what skills we need. So, If we don't have healing, we take the Village Elder quest because you can learn healing through it. If you don't have herbalism, you take the Druid quest, learn herbalism from the Druid. We have both. We gain bonus items as a Druid from the Druid. Otherwise, I normally take the Druid quest about both healing and herbalism because there's a chance to get a potion of pure corruption out of the deal. We're going to talk to Blup because we need to find his mother later. Let's talk to another important PC here. We get a little bit of XP, luckily not enough levels up. He assigns a quest to find the Caverns of Chaos. We are not going to take the Sheriff quests, although they are restricted by level. If we get too high of a level, we can't take them. They're just not worth the risk for us, especially since we don't want to level up. Why don't we want to level up? Well, we'll get to that. Oop, wrong button. No, we don't want to do that. Colon D pulls up this menu where we can filter our items to drop. We say X, drop all unpaid items. Control P to pick up items. Colon D, X, 1 to select all, drop all items. We have 78 gold. We will do price IDing here. So we see we have 3 large rations, the cheapest per unit. We will press Control A to select them. And we will type in cursed. Since they're cheap, we know they're cursed. C is the most expensive, so it's blessed. B is uncursed because it's middle of the road ones. We're going to try and pick up 4 of those. Can we pay for them all? Yes, because we have adequate money now. Actually, we may be able to buy 1 more. I don't even bother doing the math on this. I just pick them up and find out. It's quick, right? Wrong button. We can't buy them all. We're going to drop 1. Shift, $, pay for all items at once. I'm going to leave this at strength because it trains strength. Speaking of that, what is our potential strength? Man. 9. See, I'd really like for that to be at least 10. Really like for that to be at least 10. Sorry, I had a client just message me, but I'm going to get back to them later. I mean, it is almost 9 o'clock at night. I think they can wait. Potential mana 14 is fine. Man, we should have gone up 1 more point in strength. Good to know. Good to know. So, where would we have taken that point out of? Look at that, our perception's already up to 13. See, we should have gone down in perception some and up in strength. That's what we should have done. So, there's that. Okay, anyway, we're strained because it trains strength. I used to be under the impression that strained actually abused dexterity. My understanding is unless you are overburdened, it does not abuse dexterity. So anything burdened enough will train strength, though. Now, we're going to walk up here. We're going to invade all the fights. Small cave. It generates the enemies in it. We're picking up the items. The enemies that spawn in this area are always twice your current level. So you want the initial spawn to be at level 1, and then really you want to complete this whole zone at the lowest level possible. So the new enemies spawning in are not high level. We're going to go to very defensive. He can't hurt us with our DV. We're going to read these scrolls just to train our literacy. Fancy clothes, we can sell those. I'm going to try to type this guy real quick. Not going to work. But you see, I do want to do something. So let's kill him. We're still at level 1. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So as long as you're low level and you're wandering around this area, you have a chance of finding a, well, I'll read the text. You find a well-hidden secret campsite deep in the forest. Do you want to enter? Yes. We're going to immediately leave, though, because I don't want to be burdened when we're in there. We're going to go back here. We're going to drop our scrolls. I'm going to eat some of these large rations until we're at least satiated. We're going to drop one here for future use. We'll come back and get it. Now unencumbered. Unencumbered means we move faster. We're going to go back here. Super cheese mode, guys. Easy way to get early game money. We're going to pick up rocks. So, now we don't want to get burdened too early. So we can probably outrun them as long as we're just burdened. So we're going to kite these guys. We're going to get them as far out here as we can. We just lost one behind us. We may have to go back and get him. So come on, guys. I'm going to run you guys all the way to the other end of the level. We're going to re-enter. This goblin did not get the memo. Neither did this one. Get some more rocks. I actually should have gone to the top. So there's a section on the bottom where it's only one space wide, so you can get trapped in there and forced to do combat. We don't want to do that. So we're going to kite these guys, just like the other one, all the way to the end of the level. And unfortunately, you can't leave the area if you have a monster right next to you. So we're going to have to do a loop here. You're moderately wounded. That's concerning. Come on. There we go. Re-enter. We don't want the huge rocks. They're too heavy. Fritz, what are you doing getting all these rocks? Well, you guys will find out. Oh, there's stuff here. Okay, we are now strained, which makes it concerned that we can't run from all these guys. But I've got a trick for that too. We're going to run through the trees, kite them, yes. Now there's other stuff in that campsite we'll come back for later. But right now, what we wanted were those items. And I'm going to drop some stuff that's not ID'd. We're going to sell the fancy clothes, I think. Just for a little extra cash. But we'll drop the rest of the stuff that isn't ID'd. Keep our bones just in case. You can feed them to dogs if they become aggressive. Try to placate them. Now, why did I just get all those rocks? Oh, I forgot my ration. Let's eat it immediately. Why did I do all that? Check out this cheese mode stuff, guys. This is ridiculous. We're going to go down here. So, an item sells for a minimum of 1 gold. Rocks are pretty worthless, right? Rocks are pretty worthless. And I do want to keep some as just general ammo. So, drop 91. 21 for 21 rocks. 91 for 91 rocks. 8 gold for 8 rocks. Check it out, guys. And we'll equip the 20 for throwing. So now we have ranged ammunition and a decent amount of starting gold. So we're going to go back up to the shop because we will need food to get through this upcoming dungeon. Starvation is a threat, guys. Take the iron ration, take the earthling bread, take the blessed ration. Let's see what that gets us to. Yeah. So let's pay for all that. Actually, no. Let's see here. Let's drop the iron ration and take some just normal rations. We can't even pick them all up because we're so weak. We're going to pay for all that. I'm overburdened. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Yeah, we're going to immediately eat some of those large rations we got. Now we're no longer overburdened. And we're going to leave. We're going to go ahead and get our strength status down by eating another one of these large rations. We're eating the cursed ones, we're saving the blessed ones, and the earthling bread for later. And we'll go ahead and eat until we're bloated. Reduces us to strain, still a little slow, but hopefully we'll manage. Again, the goal is not to level up. So for as long as possible, we're going to keep from leveling up. And then there's always a guaranteed waterproof blanket in this dungeon. So we're going to go find it. That's what the note was talking about. So many paces away. That's what they were talking about. Okay, so we have to fight here. Let's train our mana by casting a spell. There's our blanket. Shift I to open our inventory. Shift G to name an item. And we will name it water, because we know it is a waterproof blanket. But I think one time I did pick up a random blanket out here, and then that was awkward, because I thought it was waterproof, and it wasn't. What does waterproof blanket do? It does not protect your worn items from water damage, but it protects the items in your backpack from water damage. So if we get caught in a water trap or have to swim, we'll be fine. We'll let this dog fight our battle for us. He lost, but he dropped some gold. Okay, we're going to get back to the stairs. Now we're going to grind levels a little bit. So now monsters will spawn at level 4. To make sure first aid's above 50 in case we get poisoned. To make sure climbing's above 50 in case we fall into a pit. To make sure swimming is above 50, but we can't get there, so we're just going to get it up close to 45. Again, the way this works, you have maximum value, current value, and then an amount that the skill will increase if you train it. Right now we're not going to do that. The average of 3d4 is 6. 6 plus 41 is 47, which is well over the 45, so we're just going to leave it at that for right now. Next up, we are going to prioritize concentration. We're currently increasing it by 3d3 to a max of 100. We'll train that up, because we need spell points. And spell point regeneration. You sense a foreboding of doom, as if something here is going to kill you very soon. Could be true. Let's see what this guy dropped. Anything useful? Iron ration. We'll take that. I'm going to leave the rest of it, though. And Divine Wrath. Congratulations, for level 3. Monsters are now spawning at level 6. Since concentration is only increasing by 1d5, let's check swimming. Still too low. Let's increase healing, which will increase by 3d5. Up to 71. And then switch back to concentration. Continue. And we will take quick, which helps us to run away from monsters if needed. What does this guy have? Nothing interesting. Ooh, we need that goblin corpse though. We'll just sit here and wait. There's our enemy. Let's murder him. Ooh, we are exhausted. That was sloppy playing on my part. Well, let's try to kite him. Kill him. Eat his corpse. Go down to the next level. Regenerate our power points. Go back up. Something attacked him. We'll kill him real quick. We're exhausting ourselves again. How many points do we need to cast? 12. Come on, guys, get in a row. That's level 4. What about swimming? Yes, we can get it up to 50. Cool. In case we have to swim across a river down this dungeon. When we leave this place, we will almost never come back. It just gets too difficult. So let's do concentration again. Increasing by only 1d3, but He'll get us there. Let's go down. There we go. Get our mana back up. Get to where we can see both entrances to the room. I just see the monsters are getting a lot tougher. They're spawning a little late now. Oh crap. Because he can paralyze us. That could be death. And man, is he fast. Okay. Need them to line up. Your muscles feel stronger, your movements are getting swifter. Excellent. Let's kill them. Go down, regen mana. So this is a great way to get experience points, because we're killing monsters at twice our level. Also a really good way to die, since they're so much stronger than us. Like, we should be able to one-hit a normal large orc, but yeah, guys like level 8. But we're going to grind levels for a little bit. We're also going to try and max out concentration. Okay, speed us up. Since we're no longer satiated, let's eat this last uncursed ration. Still burdened, but every bit of weight helps. Oh my gosh, we can't even one-hit a rat. This guy is not hostile. Let's switch with him. Run up these stairs, go down here, regenerate. Line them up. Okay, we will leave over here, regenerate, go back down. Jackal corpse, we will eat that. Don't eat rat corpses, they'll disease us. Man, that rat's tough. We can automatically make wilderness encounters, max that concentration, go back to healing. Next up, let's do either herbalism or literacy. We seem to be higher on herbalism, so on the odd chance we find herbs down there, let's go ahead and get it up. Then let's do literacy. And then very quick, further increase our speed. I'd actually like to get him lined up so we can kill them both. There we go. Ooh, large orc corpse. Let's eat it. Let's go down, regenerate hit points. Took 3 zaps to kill, guys. 3 zaps for a freaking imp. So, I mean, they are spawning at level 12. We're level 6. It's an issue. That's gotta die. Because he can confuse us. Ooh, Blink Dog. We're gonna name him. Because the first Blink Dog can summon additional Blink Dogs, and a Blink Dog corpse can give us teleport control. Now, the issue is, since they're all spawning at level 12, they will probably murder us, so we are not going to attack him. But we will let him mind his own business. And we're going to hope we don't accidentally hit him with a spell. We're now level 7. Take healing up some more. Herbalism increased by 4. Let's do that at max. Let's go back to literacy. Then what? Yeah, let's give first aid a little boost. Okay. I'm actually going to close these doors. Oop, not that one. So that'll slow them down a little bit when they're entering the room. Well, where are they? Maybe we should leave that door open. Encourage them to come in. Look at that, a Goblin Berserker taking 3 hits. That's crazy. Down we go. Let's heal up. Go down. Regen. We drop some stuff. That looks like a higher metal scimitar. Or saber. We'll probably end up equipping that, even though there's a chance it's cursed, just because it's going to be so much better in this club. Go down, regenerate our hit points, or our mana. Yeah, we'll go ahead and try that saber out. It's a mithril saber. It is not cursed. It's 1d6 plus 6. Let's drop the club. We don't need it anymore. Why is my blanket not named? Oh, I actually named the rations. What? Hold on. Named the wrong item. Alright. In order to remove a note, you do the same thing you would to add one. So on this menu, it's Shift plus the name. On a drop pickup menu, it is Control and then the letter for the item. And instead of entering a new item name, you just hit Enter and it'll clear it. Okay, we're going to drop that club. Meant to sell those fancy clothes. We may still do that since we're so close to the upstairs. Oh, our bolts bounced and destroyed the spellbook. It was just Spellbook of Darkness, but still, it would have been literacy training. That sucks. So yeah, that rat is extremely strong. Let's go down here, regenerate our points. I think it's about time to go. Let's leave this guy down here because his web's pretty useful. I'm actually going to sell some stuff. Control D. We'll sell the fancy clothes. I think. How much money do we have? Yeah, we'll sell them. Anything else? Yeah, they're probably cursed at that price anyway. Go up here. Go up here. Drop the items we don't need. Leave here, go back to town. We're going to buy some more food for our journey. Let's go ahead and fill up. Oh, we don't quite have enough gold. There we go. We'll get plenty more gold in this dungeon below the cave. Okay, go down, regenerate points. Giant rat corpse will eat that. You can't eat normal rat corpses, but you can eat giant rat corpses and gargantuan rat corpses. They don't get diseased. It's starting to get very risky. We should probably vacate, but I want to get that 8th level. If I'm gambling, I'll take this up to level 10, but I don't know if we can hold out that long. Let's max out Herbalism. Get healing up 92. And let's go ahead and get literacy up some more. And then, should have been training first aid anytime we were wounded. We haven't been wounded that much though. Let's get climbing up some more. Mining can be useful because you can make money if you find a room full of diggers like ants. Because your mining skill is strangely applied every time someone digs a wall, even if it's not you digging it. So it increases the chance that ants will find valuables when they're digging through walls. Then you kill them and dig valuables. We definitely want to get that up to 100 before we go to a guaranteed ant's nest. Feel more in touch with the world. Cool. Let's go. We should be fine. Open this door. This episode may run a little long. I'm wanting to run through this whole dungeon before the end of it if we can. Some more gold. Some friendlies. Somewhere around here is a hidden door. Usually off of a room instead of in a hall. So there we go. It's locked. We're going to kick it, which is a risk. If there's a fireball trap, they destroy our equipment. Friendly cat. Friendly fire beetle, which we kind of almost want to kill just to eat it. And a statue. Let's look at it. Statue's unfinished. It's as though the sculptor ran out of time. So, guys, excuse me. I'm going to do something horrible here because I do not remember my statues. I'm going to get on my cell phone real quick and Google what that statue does. So I just go to the ADOM wiki. This is the best tip in this whole video. ADOM wiki is the thing. So we go to the statues. And then we are going to search on that page. And we're going to enter the description. Statue is unfinished. Okay. So apparently if we wait on it, it will reverse some natural aging. And we should get a message that says you feel younger. But only if you've been unnaturally aged. So the statue can slowly refute. Oh! Okay. The wiki is not always complete. That's interesting. So because we had no unnatural aging, the statue actually aged us, but then it made us feel younger? I'm not sure. That's useless for a gnome anyway because we live a long time. Is this a threat room or is it a vault? Spellbook and something. Huh. Hide covered tome. We haven't ID'd that yet. I don't want that axe, but I'm not going to risk fighting these guys for it. What is in this pile down here? Several items. We can't see what items are in it. I'm going to try to fight my way down there and train the saber a little bit. Ooh, he picked it up. Good for him. Now we don't risk destroying it. We'll pick up the crude hand axe. We're now strained. Yeah, let's train the saber a little bit. Why not? And we got a scroll. Right on. Yeah, I'm not too worried about these guys. Let's train our saber. It was just a threat room. The ghouls can theoretically stun us. I'm not too worried about it. Fletchery set just to sell it later. We are strained, exclamation mark. Pick up the bones to give to a dog. Eat the melon right away. Iron ration, pick that up. We're overburdened. Let's eat a large ration to get back underweight. Kill all them. Pick up the ration. Leave the cat alone. W. And then the less than sign, or W shift less than sign will fast walk you to the stairs. Kill the demon. W in a direction will fast walk you in the direction. These are all useful key bindings. Oh, excuse me. Greater than sign, not less than sign. Less than sign takes you to the downstairs water. Cool. Fall downstairs because we're strained. That's fine. Actually, let's train first aid real quick. There we go. First aid reduces the impact of the most recent damage. I don't want to burn that scroll. Let's kite these guys down here. Gaze, buddy. There we go. That's level 9. Max out healing. Climbing. Swimming. Continue. Freeze lightning plus 4 speed. Right on. It's not eating chaos rat corpse. It seems like a bad idea. Another iron ration. We're overburdened. Let's eat some first large rations. Iron boots could be good. This early in the game. Let's kill him. Pick up our scroll. Search. You know, I'm not going to gamble on the door. There's no reason for us to open it, so I'm not kicking it. Because if we did, it could be a fireball trap. Ooh, okay. This is a pickle. Iron ration. We're having great luck with food on this run. So let's eat our blessed large ration. Get us underweight. Seems like we're finding plenty of food. I have starved to death in this dungeon just because I couldn't find more food. Craziness. Okay. Well, we're no longer bleeding. Let's kill him. Kill him. Another iron ration. Plenty of food. So we can take our time. Kill that so it doesn't stun us or paralyze us. I forget which it is. Another locked door that blinds us with a bright flash. When we try to open it, the trap's already sprung, so let's kick it. Okay, so he's tough. First aid. Divine Wrath. There we go. Let's go down. This guy can be tough. Let's try to spell him. There we go. And another doppelganger which can confuse us. Let's kill him from range. Displacer beasts are very hard to hit, so we'll just kill him with a spell. Same with this guy. Kill him with our sword. Does he have anything interesting? He does not. Next level. Let us explore. Another statue, but it's one of the lore ones. All it is telling us in the plot line of the game, specifically that once upon a time, 4 heroes found 4 chaos orbs and sealed the gate to the chaos realm, which is our goal. Except we don't have 4 heroes, we're doing it on our own. Because we're a badass. Shiver anticipation of something special that you feel is going to happen. I don't remember what that means. Again, ADOM Wiki is your friend. I wonder if that's a surge, because a surge can generate an artifact. A type of a search. Shiver Anticipation ADOM. Okay, all that means is there is a legend statue on the level. We already knew that. You're an eerie whale for a few seconds. Interesting. He's tough. Let's bolt him. He's shrugging our bolts, but we did manage it. Heavy crossbow. Let's eat some rations. Let's eat an uncursed ration. Let's eat another uncursed ration. We're insatiated. Cool. Okay, again, trolls are tough. And they regenerate hit points. Fortunately, didn't leave a corpse. If we eat a troll corpse, it increases our hit point regeneration. He dropped a bit of candy. We'll get that. You can give it to children to get piety increases. Orc chieftains are tough. We'll bolt him. I don't think there's anything else on this level for us. Oh, okay. We're going to coward mode. Flying first aid. So something invisible is firing icy blasts at us. That is a ogre shaman who is apparently dead. Did he drop anything good? Just jackal corpse. We'll eat it. You can also give sickles to farmers for a small piety increase. Not worth it considering the weight, though. We fall downstairs and are moderately moving. Let's first aid. Kill that guy. We have to kick this door because we've got to find an exit. Gold. These guys can paralyze us, so we're going to just nuke him with a spell. He drops a scroll. Skulls of many creatures are embedded in the walls. It's almost like being in the grave with them. Don't know what that does. You know, I forgot. We have a spell book we should probably be reading. Yeah, we're not going to hurt this guy. Oh, we're exhausted. Why are we exhausted? I don't think we've done that many castings. I wonder if it was that room we were in. We just need 10 power points. Come on, here we go. Okay, that didn't work. First aid. Ogre decides to fight to the death in a blind rage. Okay. I'm going to read this book real quick. See what it is. Let's remove curse spell. That's nice, but we're not going to need a whole bunch of casting, so although our literacy isn't at 100%, let's just read it. This guy can't hurt us with our DV. We'll kill him. And it actually gave us the training we need to max literacy. Cool. So if it's a spell we're going to need a whole bunch of castings of, and it's a rare spell, I will not read it until we have literacy at 100 and I can bless the spell book. Then preferably you get the, there's an artifact helm you can get that increases your comprehension of spell books too. Okay. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and do mining. Because everything else, our rolls either suck or the max is too low. That's actually really cool to have that many castings of remove curses early. We can pretty much just try on equipment with impunity right now. 500 castings is a lot of remove curse. Okay, so we went in there and got stuck in a web. Let's use our torch. We press U. We select our tool, which is a torch. We'll kill this guy. Let's not extinguish it because we have 2 more torches, and it's actually, you can run out of the things you need to light the torches, which are the box with flint and steel, the tinder box. So let's just go ahead and keep the torch on. We're going to have to walk through this room again anyway. Let's nuke these guys. And their fancy clothes, it's not worth carrying out of here when we're already streamed. There is that room. We have an unexplored room. Let's hit it up. Always open doors from an angle, because stone block traps always fall right in front of the door. That is a magic quarterstaff. And since we have uncursing, we will try it out. It is a staff of dampening, which I believe reduces the effect of magical abilities in a surrounding area. Okay, well, let's try this crude battle axe. -1 to hit, but the die has an additional point on it. You know, let's stick with the saber for right now. Actually, hold on. Wooden shield on right. Saber on left. The reason I do that is to remind myself there's a pair of artifact weapons that you, if you equip the weapon on the left with the shield on the right, it gives you a bonus. So I just do that to remind myself. Otherwise, I'll be wondering why I'm not getting the bonuses. Okay, let's train rocks a little bit. Not working. Divine Wrath. Pick our rocks back up. Okay, levels fully explored. Fall down the stairs. First aid. Spellbook of Slow Poison. That's actually really useful this early in the game. Useless later on though, so let's read it. Okay, we've read it. We've got 554 castings. It's more than we'll ever need. So now if we find a spider corpse, we should eat it. Okay, there we go. 2 of these guys can stun us. That's a problem. Lethally. There we go. Oh, and we're hungry. When we're strained, we consume food faster, too. Yeah, let's get rid of some of these iron rations. Stop weighing us down quite as much. Another unidentified scroll. What I really like is when you go to the Outlaw Settlement and find a scroll of identification right off the bat, because then you know what they look like. And trust me, you need to know what they look like. If you don't, it can be a pain, and then eventually you just result in using random scrolls trying to find one. It's horrible. Search does not always reveal a door, so if you can't find the hidden door, just spam it 5 times. Yeah, let's kick it. The walls have mirrors with many distortions of your image. You can't stand inside your warped self, all the mirrors shatter. See, I thought that lowered our appearance score, but I don't think it did. Silver diadem. Probably nothing. Could be, though. Oh! Playing a little too fast. I just stepped next to a fire vortex. Is it going to go off? It is not. Let's try running from it. Getting some distance. Okay, they can't open doors. We have to go that way, though. So let's just hope he wanders off somewhere. There's that paralysis I was talking about. I don't worry about these guys. They can't beat RDP. He, however, can. And he's so close, I'm afraid if we cast a bolt, it'll hit us too. Okay, can we kill enough skeletons to get into this next room? So what I keep doing is every time we get hit, I'm going to coward mode and using first aid. Okay, let's kite them in here. Divine Wrath, goodbye. Sling, unidentified blankets. We'll eat the ghoul chieftain, or the orc chieftain corpse. Never eat ghouls. Anything here? Just rocks. Okay. Oh, I've searched everywhere we have to deal with this vortex. Who's still right there? Let's try to kite him. Making sure we're in coward mode, so if he goes off, it does less damage. So the issue is, we may not have a fireproof blanket. We have unidentified blankets, right? he goes off like a bomb. And the damage is less concerning than the potential fire destroying equipment. Ooh, potion shop. So now, all these potions we're looking at are ID'd for us. We'll drop all the unpaid ones, see what we want. Probably never be back here, so we need to buy them now. Visibility is awesome. Booze can be useful. Healing can be useful. Rust removal is extremely good. Because if you get a really good weapon, you don't want it to rust to pieces. Water we definitely need. More invisibility. Potion of invisibility is not that great. Potion of charisma is not that great. Let's see if we can afford in all of this. So we have 1,000 gold. We owe almost 3,000, so we gotta drop some items. Oh, I really want the rust removal. I don't think the invisibility or the healing is essential right now. I don't think the booze is essential. Okay, we have 500 gold left roughly. What can we get? I guess we could get a single potion of invisibility. Healing and booze are common. These are either blessed or uncursed. This is either cursed or uncursed. I'm guessing cursed. Or excuse me, not that one. This one. Which I will make a note of that. Cursed question mark. I think we're going to buy. You know, we don't think we have enough money to buy a single blessed or uncursed. We only have 492. No, we don't have enough. Can we drop something to get there? Do we have something he would want to buy? How much would he buy this bottle of mana for? 229. That should give us enough to get one of those invisibilities. Yes. And then I will buy, for emergencies, one of those. I don't know why I just did wrong. Oh well. They may be blessed. Yes. Got 200 gold left. Okay. We're going to keep that potion of invisibility for an emergency in case we have to run away real quick. Okay, in herb level, we're going to move quickly, because many of these herbs will start disappearing if we don't gather them quickly. This is why we raised Herbalism to 100, it gives us a better chance of being blessed. See? Boom, they disappear. Their herb formations are based on Conway's Game of Life. You'll look at it, they grow in the same pattern. Oh, let's not fight him. Yeah, he's going to kick our butts. Let's bolt him. So a square is stable. We'll let those grow a little bit. Let's go see if there's more herbs before they disappear. We're playing rapidly. If that was a full diamond, it would be stable. I think since it's missing a node, it's not. So we're going to gather them all. Oh, okay, so they can poison and cast spells, so that's horrible. Come on, line up. They're somewhat resistant to bolt spells, but you can kill them. I'm waiting on this other guy to come down here. He's not going to. Okay, we had to melee him. He was too resistant. Okay, we killed him. Drop tome, very cool, another stable square. Ooh, Stomophilias. Okay, excellent. We will have to grind those for a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna grind herbs for a bit here. This episode may run on for a bit. So you see the herb has reforms here, then this L shape will reform into a square. So once they look like that, you don't want to pick anymore because you risk destroying them. The reason we're getting Stomophilia, Stomaseptia is it lets you manage your hunger much more effectively than food. And you can also use Stomaseptia to make yourself hungry if needed. What I'd like to have is some Morgia. We do have a few Morgias, not very many. Some awesome Morelin because they help you train your stats. Let's eat an iron ration. Let's do another iron ration. Hopefully with these Stomophilias, we will not need them much longer. So W5, I believe it is, just makes you wait until something interesting happens. Chainmail could be good. Let's try it on. Since we have Uncursing, I wouldn't do this without Uncursing. Yeah, that's much nicer than what we had. Fortunately, we're overburdened. Let's drop the leather armor. How much does that weigh? 400. And our strength's already at cap, and that leaves us strained. So I was talking about potential strength is an issue. May just be too heavy for us. I mean, we could haul it out of here, but then we're always going to be dealing with it in every dungeon we go to. Lowering our carrying capacity. Ah, shit. Let me try reading this spell book. No, that needs to be dealt with. Okay, let's try this again. Revelation. Yeah, that's pretty much a useless spell, so let's just keep learning it. And I don't think you can punch through our DV, so we're just going to keep reading. No, he's going to kill us, so we need to kill him. Herbs are ready to be harvested. Eat. I want to figure out which of these is safe to eat. Okay, that was cursed. Oh, no, we ate a Stomaseptia instead of Stomophilia. That was dumb. Okay, let's eat this one. Okay, that one's blessed. Wrong button. The blessed always take you to bloated. We're poisoned. We can deal with that. I actually want to get some corpses off these guys. I still killed a bat, which is going to hurt our standing with our god. That's okay. Now level 11, just in case. Let's get first aid up, because we may need help deal with poison. Let's remove the threat. We're bleeding. First aid to stop the bleeding. It can work. First aid to stop the bleeding. Oh, we're severely wounded. Okay. I hate to do this because we're going to also kill that guy. Okay, so this is starting to look real bad. Cast slow poison on ourselves. We may have to use a prayer. Nope. Keep casting slow poison on ourselves. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pray because no. Let's go a little lower. Okay. So slow poison reduces the rate that poison damages you. And right now it should be slow enough we're actually healing faster than poison is taking our health. We're no longer poisoned. I was hoping they'd drop a corpse because it gets you resistance to poison. Try to read the spellbook again. No, because he's a threat. I'm just trying to read it to potentially increase our learning and to get it out of our inventory so it stops weighing us down. Because all Revelation does, I'll cast it. You naturally heal 1 hit point every 45 turns. You naturally regenerate rate 1 mana 39 turns. It tells you your resistances. He will disarm us, or excuse me, she will disarm us. Let's deal with her. Oh, we're low on mana. He's tough. I'm going to try to run away. Deal with this guy. Let's eat him. Oh, we can't because we're bloated. Okay, I want him to go away from those herbs so we don't actually destroy them. He's very tough. Divine Wrath. Really hoping with how long I've been recording this video we don't have any quote-unquote technical difficulties. I was not intending to go on this long, but man, I don't want to just not take advantage of these herbs. Some more boots that might be good. We're overburdened again. Let's eat that hurtling bread. Oh, we can't. We're too full to eat still. That's the problem with blessed stomophilia. It leaves you too full to eat for quite a while. Let's drop this heavy crossbow. And you know what we're going to do? Let's try some stuff on, because we have uncursing. So we can just go here, remove curse. No, we need 3 more spell points. Remove curse. What else do we have we need to try on? Diadem could be a beauty. It is. It's a curse, no. Anything else we need to try on? No. Sling of Accuracy, nice. We'll use that. I just don't think we can carry that crossbow out. I don't like dropping herbs we don't need because they can be sold for money. I mean, they're weighing us down pretty good. I guess we'll drop the crude orcish battle axe too. I just don't know if we're going to be able to sustain this armor. Oh shit, we're out of inventory space again. Yeah, let's drop some stuff. We'll just keep like 5 of each. Actually, we don't need the antidotus at all, I don't think. We don't need the demon daisies. It's a shame, some of these sell for a lot of money. Keep all the stone fields used, stone septias. Pepper petal can be useful, but maybe not. Gotta get room. Keep all the morgias. There. And I think we've got enough for right now, guys. Like, you know, if this was my personal playthrough, I'd sit here and grind this till my inventory was full of good, juicy herbs. Let's try that axe, see if it's any good. Nope, not really. Well, 1d7 plus 3, but we've got 1d6 plus 6, so let's keep that. Kill them. Anything good? Nope. Kill her, because she can stat drain us. I don't even remember what those herbs were. Oh well. Not morgias, I don't think, are they? Forget, because some of these herbs produce multiple types of herbs. Okay. So it's Curia and the antidote one. Strange herbs, we'll keep those. We'll lose these. Kind of a shame. Again, this goes back to max carrying capacity, right? Keep the cat up here just in case. Use first aid. That is a higher metal warhammer. Let's check it out. 2d3 plus 6. I think our other weapon's better. Either way, we can sell it for a lot of money. That's a higher metal scimitar. Let's check that out. And it's cursed. Okay, what's better? 1d8 plus 5 or 1d6 plus 6? I think those are about equivalent, with the scimitar having a higher max damage. Am I correct in saying that? So we'll use it. Water, we definitely need that. Let's not risk the trap. Well, I was going to say we're not going to risk the trap, and it went off anyway. Let's keep it in. The trap's already sprung. Crazy thing. The other day, hats are usually worthless. Not a random hat, plus 5 PV. Amazing early game armor. Witherbound Tome. Let's read it. Cure disease, yes. Again, only good early game, but could increase our learning. Could come in handy, especially early game. This is a vault. Paralyzed, I'm not worried. I don't think they can buy. Oh, okay, he hurt us. As I was saying, right? And too much time passed for us to use first aid. That's a magic staff. We may have to make multiple runs down here to pick up this loot, right? Okay, yeah, this is going poorly. Divine Wrath. And they dropped a wand. These guys I'm not worried about. It's a lesser vault. Means it'll have good loot. How the heck are we carrying it to the surface? We'll probably have to do multiple runs. potion of invisibility. Yep. Gold. Yep. We're strained. Let's go over here. Okay, he can hurt us, so we're going to go up here, and then we're going to cast Divine Wrath, where it's not going to hurt those items. He is exceptionally tough. What do you drop? Anything good? Probably not. Anything good on the ground? Potentially. But we can't carry it up. Read. Cure Light Wounds. Yes, please. If you cast Cure Light Wounds enough, you become so practiced at it, it actually cures you for more than the lesser, or the higher healing spells. Cool. 320 castings of it. That's nice. Are we bloated? No. Let's eat our broken bread to get our inventory size down. Can we pick any of that up? Pick up the quarterstaff. We'll have to ID those a little bit. It's a ghost. Okay. Ghost is kicking our butt. We're actually pretty wounded, so let's heal up. That's not good. Okay, so this is extremely dangerous. We're going to go into very defensive and spam some Cure Light Wounds. We can't get Spell Bolt bounce and hit us too. But of course, he stuns us when we attack him, so I have an issue. Paralyzed, I should say. That's why we healed, otherwise we would have died. Let's get these guys lined up. Divine Wrath. Paralyzed, bleeding. No longer bleeding. Very defensive, get them lined up. Divine Wrath. Don't want to cast again because we don't want to break a potion. We now restore mana more quickly in the overworld. Almost useless skill. What do we want? Can we get swimming up more? Yes. And then I guess what? Mining? And then climbing? Sure. Okay, what's our next skill? Let's start trying to get Treasure Hunter, but I want to see if we can get Porter, which increases our carrying capacity. Very important, since our carrying capacity is terrible. Okay, let's get some stuff here. We can carry stuff now, guys. Stuff. But not all the stuff, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll definitely have to come back to get the rest of this. So yeah, these vaults, they're full of enemies, and they have better loot tables than normal parts of the game. So we're going to go ahead and clear it out. Run to the surface, and come back for our loot. Maybe some herbs, I don't know. Let's get a wand. Wand and some arrows. Okay, so those are nasty. Let's cast some spells. Wrong button. Used up a whole bunch of spell points for no reason. No items on the ground. Ooh, higher metal shield. We do have to have that. We're gonna have to drop something. Let's drop the halberd. Let's get another one lined up. Unidentified blanket could be something good. Might not be. Oh, stat drain. Luckily we can get that back. Really easy to train strength when you don't have any. New plan. Ooh, we're overburdened again because we lost a point of strength. Fantastic. What do we have that's heavy that we can drop? Let's drop those boots. Okay, now we can cast spells without destroying the equipment on the ground. Leather bracers, I'm taking that. Forge staff, I'm taking that. Scroll, blanket, gold. Kill him with a spell if we can. And let's finish him off in melee. Pull back for a minute. Let's eat some food. Get up here so we don't destroy the equipment on the ground. If that spear's destroyed, it wasn't really good anyway. Anything good? Scroll. Oh yeah, I wanted to equip that shield. Not cursed. Cool. Plus 9 dB. We'll ditch this wooden shield. Looks like they picked up all the items. That's good. Fire metal flail. I think that's it. So yeah, we'll have to come back to the rest of the equipment. Okay, yeah, that was worth it. I think this is the final level. So let's explore it, and then we'll get rid of some loot at better prices than we would have gotten at the Outlaw Settlement. Feeling like there are probably hidden rooms around here. Yeah. We're already full up. Oh look, our strength is already back up to 9. Let's eat that. And those herbs are worth their weight in gold. Hard girdle. Curious. Could it be? Could it be? Girdle of strength. Yes, beautiful. Let's make sure it's not cursed. It's not. Right on. We needed that badly. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't think that's a higher metal scimitar. I'm just basing that on the artwork. There's 2 ways to identify higher metal. One is the weight, and the other one is the icon. Okay, guys, we're going to get to the store in here, and then I'm going to call it an episode. Be careful. There can be dangerous monsters in this town. Also, angry farmers that if you kill them, it lowers your piety, even if they attack you first. Alright. Let's do some shopping real quick. I want to try on some items, see what they do. We'll leave on the Helm of Appearance for right now. Do we have any weapons we need ID? Yeah, flail. Why do I keep taking off my cloak by accident? Let's try these quarterstaffs, see if it's anything interesting. Staff of Nourishment, that's amazing. Staff of Parting Waters, also freaking amazing. 2 staffs of Parting Waters. Oh, wow. That's great. So that actually lets us remove water tiles so we don't have to swim through them. And the Staff of Nourishment will reduce our need for food. That's great. I love the new staffs. That was not in the game when I first started playing ADOM. It's so cool. 2d4 plus 5 versus 1d8 plus 5. 1d6 plus 6. Let's do the scimitar again. Let's not do rings. What's leather bracer? Bracer boxing. No idea what that does. Let me look it up. Bracer of boxing. ADOM. Right here from Dr. Google. Let's see. Increases unarmed to hit and damage. They do not function if the PC is using a shield. So, pretty much useless for us. We can sell those. Iron boots. Slave of accuracy. Short bow that is cursed. So we'll remove the curse. I would not be blindly equipping items when I remove curse. It's fantastic to have that early game. We're actually going to switch to the short bow. Train it. We're going to equip another torch. Okay, we want to keep the cap. We want to keep the leather armor because I'm on the fence about keeping this armor. We'll keep 1 backup weapon. We'll keep the mithril saber. We'll keep all of our staves. Sell the fletchery set. Keep the blankets. Keep the wands. Keep the rings. Keep the potions. Keep the scrolls. And then we'll sell some of the herbs. Keep the brown gem because our god has a preference for gems. So if we sacrifice the gem, we get more of the gold value. True for all gnomes. Pretty good gold, but usually you do better off this. Okay, we're overburdened. Let's drop something. I'm going to restack this store. And there's our friend the Mimic. Who we're going to try to take outside so I can spell one. Let me find a safe spot here. Don't want to accidentally kill a villager. Cool. They're overburdened. Okay. And we're overburdened. Yeah, that strength was a mistake. We really need higher strength. It's very hard to increase past the potential maximum. Let's pick up the items we want. Why are we using a Helm of Appearance? Because again, since we're a female NPC, it increases our sell prices at the shop. Ooh, he has a girdle of carrying. We absolutely have to have that. We will equip that. It's better than our girdle of strength. Then we're down burdened. Awesome. Hopefully it's blessed. If it's not blessed, it can get destroyed by a trap. Items we may want someday. Let's see. I want the gold protection, potion of healing, dark predictions, all the spell books, just for training purposes and nothing else. How much are they all worth? Can we just buy them outright? Yes, but do we really need all of it? Filters. How do I filter? 5 unpaid items. What do we want to keep on us? You know, we don't absolutely have to have some of these spell books. But we're about to get more money from that vault. So actually, yeah, let's just buy everything. We're going to go over here. Heck, this episode's already run over. Let's run it a little more. I want to be in a good position to do vault looting next episode. We're going to go up here. We're going to search through the hidden passage. We're going to pick up the potion. It's also always a potion of ultra healing. And we're going to go Shift G, put a name on it. We're going to search again. There's a down staircase. And we're going to eat a... Let's try this Stoophilia. That is uncursed. And apparently we don't have any cursed Stoophilia. Okay. That's fine. I'm actually going to do some scouting because there's a particular dungeon we want. Evade the skeleton troll, antediluvian, don't care. We'll be coming back to this dungeon later. Chaos monks, evade. We need to get our barbarian quest, which is to kill the score of the first monster we killed. Where is he at? He is all the way down there. This map irritates me a little bit. It's kind of hard to locate him and get to him effectively. There's no reason for it. There should be a path on both sides of the water. So he says we're not high enough level. Actually, I think the requirement is you have to have entered the Caverns of Chaos to get that quest. So hold on. So we've entered the Caverns of Chaos. Will he give us a quest now? We also got some XP for finding the Caverns of Chaos. Trivial amount of XP, but XP nonetheless. Where did he go? There he is. If he could just stay in one spot, that'd be cool. Apparently we're too low level. You know what I have not seen is we should have received a papyrus scroll by now, an invitation to enter the pyramid. I haven't seen that. The pyramid closes at level 16, so we have to get in there by the end of our 16th level. We're going to come to this town here. We're going to go in here. They have a potion shop. It's guaranteed. Why are we doing this? Even though we don't have money left. 2 ID potions. You can also hire the residents of this town to fight for you. But we're not doing that right now. Oh, how much money do we have left? 74 gold. We're not buying any of that. But now we know what those potions look like. Okay. Actually, Moldy Dust Dungeon Entry. I think that's the one we want later. So there's a timed quest in that. Hold on, just had their work thing pop up. Okay, cool. Let's see, got another Stoophilia. We got blessed one. We don't mind being bloated right now. Anyway, so the Moldy Dungeon. There's an artifact at the bottom of it. Depending on how many turns have passed before you pick it up, it could be ruined and unusable. So we're going to want to prioritize that. Let's drop some stuff. We'll keep our Diadem of Beauty with us for the time being. We'll drop some other stuff here. Unidentified items and items we just don't need right now. Also items we would be worried they might get destroyed. Keep a potion of invisibility. Don't want to carry too many, again, in case of item destruction. Don't know the status of the clear potion yet, so we're not going to carry it. I'm going to read those spell books except to cure serious wounds, because I want it to be blessed. Got plenty of bones. Don't need to carry all of these herbs with us. Don't know the status of the Morgias yet, so we'll drop them. Drop the round gem until we find an altar. Okay, there we go. We're going to go back. Actually, let's see if this guy's restocked, because if he has, it might be something good for us. Nope. Evade, 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 evade. Just look for more caves. Evade. Evade. Would love to have found an altar by now. Alright. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it off here. Great to have you join me again. Sorry the episode ran so long. I hope the recording quality was okay. I'm going to try to get this uploaded here in the next couple days. And you know what? We're going to play some ADOM, guys. We're going to get some videos uploaded. We're going to play some ADOM. The heck with these games that don't want to record properly. The heck with having noisy roommates. Hey, let's get some videos recorded. Catch y'all later. And please, all of you, go out and check Gordon Overkill's channel. He is way better at ADOM than me. He has some amazing content, and not for him, I probably wouldn't be recording right now. He's the one that inspired me to start recording to start with, and he's inspired me to start recording again, so go check him out. Thanks.